Welcome to episode 2 of the Slab Sharks podcast. Today I am joined with the famous Chris Bassett, aka 416 Cards. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right, so you are a member of the Slab Sharks team now. And right off the bat, I just wanted to talk to you, like, how did that happen? How did you get involved with us?
Yeah, so it was actually about this time last year. I was at a show in the Toronto area, the Canada Sports Card Show. I was currently enrolled in at Humber for sports management, and one of the requirements that I had to complete was get an internship in the sports industry. So I remember just talking to Karn, and I think it was Harmon at the booth. And I knew Karn for several years, going back to just being in the industry. Karn and I had done several deals before. Knew that he was, one of the best in the space, very reputable. So I just approached him and I said, I love what you guys are doing over at Slab Sharks. If there's a role potentially where I can help out, this is what I need to do for school. If there's an internship opportunity, let me know, and I'd love to help out. And I think he got back to me about a week later and said we could definitely, use some help. And I think I started June 5th, 2023. Came in the office, and the rest is history since then.
Yeah, we actually created that internship position for you because we didn't ever have like an internship.
Right.
You were probably the first one to approach us about that, which was pretty exciting in itself because, as we're building, we're not really realizing how we're getting recognition and stuff. It was pretty cool for you to come up and do that. And then luckily we already knew you. Mm-hmm. You're a good guy. So we were like, yeah, definitely see how you work around the office. And then you decided to stay after the internship.
That's it. Yeah. It was a summer internship. So I went from June into August. And then, I felt like immediately it was a great fit. I felt that I connected with all the core team. I really enjoyed my time here. So it was an easy decision for me when you guys offered me to stick around, and here we are almost a year later, and my role has expanded a little bit.
And just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, exactly. And it makes coming to the office every day a lot of fun with the atmosphere, and I love the work ethic that everyone has. It's definitely rubbed off on me, and you don't know how much hard work goes into a startup business until you see kind of behind the scenes what everyone puts in, and the hours that everyone is willing to go to in order to succeed and give that positive customer experience on both ends of the business. So it's been honestly a great opportunity for me. Kind of just seeing what goes into it and how much everybody works and has the same goal.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Again, every time I'm asking these questions, it sounds like I'm just asking for like praise for Slab Sharks and stuff. No one said anything bad yet, but that's good to hear. The other thing I want to know is like, did you kind of see yourself doing something like this, even if there was no Slab Sharks around? Is this what you wanted to be doing? Or was this just kind of like right place, right time?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, kind of growing up, when I enrolled in sport management originally at Brock University, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I knew I always had a passion for sports and business, and obviously that's kind of a wide spectrum of what that could lead to. So I want to say like during COVID, that's when I kind of took cards more seriously, and I felt that if there was a possibility to work for a company and more like a corporate route in the business, it was definitely something that I was really intrigued by. And then today I'm fully immersed in this industry, in this space, and I love everything it has to offer. Just dealing with sports cards all day, it doesn't get much better than that. Yeah. So I guess after a little bit of a rant there, I wouldn't have known that I'd be working in this industry. I always thought it was just a hobby, but as years went on, and you just meet so many great people, and especially linked up here, it's now coming to me that this is the direction I want to go.
Yeah, well, that's good. We're happy to have you, man. You're a hard worker, obviously, and your reputation in the industry is also very good. So definitely an asset to the Slab Sharks team. I've mentioned you a couple times now when I've been talking with Derek. Derek's here too, by the way. I don't know if Derek wants to say hi. He's just in the back. He's helping us out.
Yeah, I'm here monitoring. All good, bro. All good.
I didn't hear you when you said that, by the way, in my headphones, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we can get that linked up. I think we need headphones for next week.
Yeah,
too, you know.
Yeah, we're as we said last time, we're still working everything out. We're trying to figure this out, and so it's going to be a little shaky at the start, but we're going to figure it out. It's going to be good. All right, getting back to what we were talking about. So you've kind of figured out that now this is where your direction is heading, but you would have probably had something to do with sports cars, as you said. You thought maybe it'd be more of a hobby.
Yeah,
but even outside of the hobby part, you're like making money flipping cards and making deals and stuff. That's something that I feel like you'd be doing regardless of if you're working here or not.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if I wasn't working here, I might, you know, obviously focus more time on that. But this kind of gives me a great balance of doing both. You know, ever since I was a kid, I love, you know, hustling, whether it's garage sales, picking up something that, you know, you could buy for a deal and, you know, try to move it on eBay, whatever platform it was. You know, I kind of got that from my dad. I just love that idea of, you know, taking something and then, you know, the process of reselling it and seeing the journey and, you know, where it can lead to. So, you know, with cards, that was never really my intention, collecting growing up. It was strictly just a hobby, getting cards, sticking them in binders of my favorite players and teams. And it wasn't actually till 2017 when, you know, I had put some of my cards away. I was off to first year university. So, you know, the cards kind of took a back seat for a little bit. And I came back in the summertime and I had a Mitch Marner Young Guns exclusive card, rookie card. And John Tavares signed with the Leafs 2018, July 1st. And there was all this buzz around Toronto. Obviously, going into that, the Leafs, you know, had a bright future, but bringing in JT from Long Island and his career, it definitely boosted the Leafs' future quite a bit. You know, it was
at least the perception of it.
Perception, yes. Now, here today, that maybe not the case. But you know, rewind, and that definitely was the perception, like you said. So, anyways, back to the card. I started looking at some eBay sales, and I noticed that, you know, a few of my cards took a serious jump in anticipation that the Leafs would also, you know, take a jump in the future season. So, I believe prior to Tavares signing, the Mitch Marner exclusives was worth like, you know, $400. I want to say give or take maybe $50. And then when I came back in the summertime and started looking at some of my cards again, it was selling for anywhere from like $900 to $1,200.
Oh,
that's a pretty significant jump.
That'll catch your eye.
It catch my eye for sure. And I never really looked at cards like that, like as an investment and what they could do. Like I said earlier, it was just strictly just collecting them because that's what I like to do. So that's when it kind of first clicked in for me that, hey, like, you know, maybe there's an opportunity to invest here and make a little bit of money as well. You know, so and just further, you know, use that funds and further the collection a little bit.
And I know you're not capping. I know you're not lying about this right now, because I was going through this. You brought some cards in today, and I was just looking through your stuff. And there's one card. It's one of your cards.
That's right.
It's your Tim Hortons hockey card, huh? Future Stars. Christopher Bassett.
That's it.
But the interesting thing is, I'm going to put it on camera in a second, guys. That's what it looks like if you see young Chris.
Yeah, that's the Chris Bassett XRC rookie right there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get him to sign it after this.
Yep.
But the interesting thing is on the back, there's a bunch of stuff here. I don't know if you can see this. Where it says, you asked what team you're on. First of all, you're on the Sharks, which is incredible.
Great fit. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be, right?
Exactly.
But the part that I was looking at, it says your hobbies. And I don't know if you guys can see what it says there. What does it say?
It says collecting hockey cards.
It says collecting hockey cards.
So, yeah.
So this is when you were 7 years old.
That's right.
I'm gonna just rattle your stats off here. Your body stats. 4'1", 53 pounds.
Absolute
Shoots
unit.
left. Position empty. There's nothing there for position.
Exactly.
So you're a guy that can go do anything, basically.
That's right.
But your future ambition, NHL hockey player and collecting hockey cards. That is, I mean, it shows that you were really into this, like even from the start.
Yeah.
And your favorite player, Alex Steen.
Alex Steen, that's right.
Yeah.
So no, that card is a reminder that for me, it's hockey has always been a passion of mine. You know, obviously any kid growing up in Canada, well, a lot of us rather, you know, they want to have the goal of playing in the NHL.
Yeah.
That did not happen, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, well, there's still hope, huh?
No, still hope. 25, there's no hope.
Okay.
But just kind of fully immersed in hockey at a young age. There was no position there because you know everyone had to take turn in goalie. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be a keeper or what, defense forward. But yeah, that was kind of got me hooked on hockey, Timbits, and collecting hockey cards. You know, as you can see, 7 years old, that's what I put was my favorite thing to do. And I just remember going down to my local card store Common Connection up on Kerr Street out in Oakville.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out the OG Rich, the owner there. Yeah, my favorite thing to do was just go there, and he would have 4-row bins, and I would just, kind of filter through them and try to pick out all the Leafs that I could find, Sundin, Tucker, and some of the stars like Sakic, Yzerman, and then I would take them home and just fill my binder up with them, and to this day, that's some of my fondest memories of collecting as a kid. That's what it was all about, and kind of just worked my way up from there. And Rich kind of showed me the ropes on what hobby boxes were, and I remember opening, I think my first hobby box was 2006, 2007, Be a Player.
Okay.
And every pack, I want to say, got an autograph. So that was a really cool experience, start getting some autographs, and, the card market or the cards themselves have, started to innovate a little bit over the years with autographs and patches, things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Parallels.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of where it got to start.
Yeah. So that was the start. And then another thing I saw in your little collection here was these 5 cards. It was 5 of them? Yeah, there's 5 of them.
Yeah, I believe there's 5. Yep.
And they are all Austin Matthews seismic golds, starting from his rookie year all the way up to 2020.
That's right.
And I don't know if we can go through these one by one, but they're all PSA 10s as well. That's
tough to find.
That's tough to find.
Yeah.
We got obviously the rookie, then we got the 2017, and then we got the 2018, and then the 2019, and then the 2020. And I can't believe it. Like, you've gone from collecting those from the bins inside.
That's it.
Inside the card store to now collecting a full run of the 5 seismic golds.
Yeah, no, it's been crazy to kind of look back and see. I still have those cards in my binder as a reminder of where it all started for me. And circling back to the seismic gold cards, in hockey, there's really no gold parallels outside of the seismic gold, and I feel like
now we got the gold outburst, but
now we got the gold outburst. Yes,
but
which maybe we'll pull on EPAC in a little bit, a little bedsy.
Oh, should we do some EPAC on the podcast?
I think we might have to dabble at least a pack or two.
Okay,
but yeah, no,
Derek's laughing over there. He's like, these guys are crazy.
I know, just packs. That's all what it's about.
Yeah.
But when I first saw the seismic gold, I just, I knew that was a card that I wanted to collect. And, being in the Toronto area, obviously a diehard Leafs fan. And when Matthews came to the Leafs, I knew that was a guy that I wanted to collect and kind of put away some of my favorite cards of his long term. And, the PSA 10 rookie year 2016 was a card that I was chasing for a while.
Yeah.
And I actually got it last season or last year. So when I picked that one up, it kind of sparked me to get the other ones in PSA 10, and I'm going to try to get the full run of them
full run.
year after year, as long as he's in a Leaf sweater. So that's the goal.
Oh, yeah. I love that you had to add that part at the end. Yeah, as long as he's a Leaf sweater. And then are you going to sell them if he leaves?
Yeah, we'll see. But I understand. Just great eye appeal on the card.
Beautiful cards.
Yeah,
beautiful cards.
Gold tends to do pretty well in the hobby, with Topps Chrome. Gold refractors and prism gold, those are pretty popular cards that people chase. So I'm kind of bullish on the seismic golds in hockey. The value isn't really the reason why I started collecting them. I just like the eye appeal. You can put them out on display. So it just felt like a great card to just put away and continue chasing them as OPG Platinum continues to come out year after year.
Speaking of OPG Platinum, that's the first box you and I ever opened together.
That is, yes. Yep.
That was a fun story.
That was early days of my time here.
Your internship days.
My internship, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I had just come from a show in Hamilton, and a vendor had a few boxes of 2015, 2016 OPG Platinum. So for the viewers, that's McDavid's rookie year. So some big potential there. Obviously, with most boxes nowadays, it's boom or bust.
Yeah.
But
that one particularly.
Exactly. Yeah. But I remember looking at you and I said, hey man, you like to open it all? And I whipped out this shiny new toy, and you said, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and a few minutes later, we got cracking. It was a great time. Yeah. Obviously, we didn't land the Holy Grail ticket.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't get one of those, but
yeah,
it came close.
We
got one retro.
We got the retro McDavid, which we did great and got a PSA 10. So we didn't get completely waxed on the box. We did okay, and it was an experience. It's not too often you get to open 2015 Platinum. So that was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good. That's cool. It's a cool little tie-in. I didn't even realize that when I brought these out. I was like, oh, also.
I know.
There's a connection there as well. Yeah, that just kind of tells like kind of the vibe of how we got along so easily. I know we've had a few people since you ask us about like, hey, can we work at Slab Sharks or do we get an internship? And obviously, our operations now is pretty tight. Like we're so constantly evolving and we're moving and we're doing a lot of things that we need to be able to be light on our feet, right? So we need people right now who we've been with for a while now that are just able to just switch to things. Like yesterday, you were helping with shipping, which is like not what you normally do, but we just needed it, and so we were like, everybody's doing everything, right? So there will be a time when we are, bringing on more interns or bringing on some more employees that from just general, people who are trying to hire or looking for a job. But right now, it's so hard to do that unless we have that, like, that ability to just work together like that.
For sure.
So it's tough to find. It's tough to see that, or tough to find, not tough to see. It's great to see.
Yeah.
It's tough to find.
Yeah.
So yeah, just because I know a lot of people have been asking us about possibly working and stuff.
Yeah, no,
and we love to work with everyone. Don't get me wrong. It's not that we're like, no, this is our thing. No, we were happy to open and be with everyone.
Yep.
It's just we got to right now.
Yeah, potentially maybe, down the road with the new office space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a spoiler.
Okay, we'll cut that out. Cut that out. We're not going to clip that up. No spoilers here.
No, I think we could talk. Well, not talk about it, but we can mention that. Yeah, that we're
you could do that.
We're expanding. You can do that. You can do that. We're expanding office. Yeah, so that's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be a dope place. We'll have a nice little video tour of that when we get that all set up, so everybody can see what it's like. Yeah. All right. What else are we here for today, huh? Well, you got some more cards.
Yeah, we have plenty of cards to show.
So we got tons of cards to show. This one. Well, okay. So I'm just gonna bring this one up first because I was supposed to showing your children's Timbit card that was supposed to be 3 steps to the process.
Yeah.
The first step was the card that I showed already, which was this one here,
the XRC rookie.
XRC, and then I showed that your favorite player was Alex Steen.
Yep.
And I was gonna say, because this was in your collection here, which is obviously not necessarily the most valuable card monetarily. It's a BGS. I don't know. This camera's stuff's fine, but it's a 9.5.
Yeah.
So obviously not the most monetarily like valuable card, but there's a reason it's sitting there with the
other cards
with the Matthews seismic golds.
Yeah, no, one thing about my collection is, not every card it doesn't have to be based on monetary value. It's sentimental, and this one probably is the most sentimental card that I own. It was actually the card that my dad first purchased for myself. I remember it was, I think, around my birthday time. I don't know how old I would have been. 7 or 8 years old, and my dad came home with an Alexander Steen Young Guns card, which he purchased from the shop, Common Connection. Shout out once again.
Shout out again. Yeah, let's go.
And that was my guy, Alex Steen, until they decided to trade him. But I had a jersey of him, and his Young Gun card was my holy grail back then. And my dad also purchased my brother Henrik Lundqvist. So again, it's just something I put on my desk, kind of as a reminder of where it all started for me, the 2005, 2006 dual rookie class by the OV, Lundqvist, Crosby, Getzlaf. Looking back, that's going to be one of the best rookie classes ever.
Well, I think so. I think there's an argument to be had. It's one of the best.
Just ever. So deep, tons of Hall of Famers that come from that set. So, Alex Steen, I mean, great career. Ended up getting a cup with the Blues in 2019, which was great to see.
That was surprising.
That they went on a magical run. Hopefully, Brube can do the same with Leafland. I'm a little delusional, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We gotta have someone on here who's not a Leafs fan.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna be like, all these Leafs fans.
I know.
But yeah,
later episode, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll bring on Evan and talk about the Flames for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if he wants to talk about the Flames right now.
True.
But
Alex Steen. That's a card that will be with me forever for sure.
Yeah. And I brought it up because I wanted to show that you're not just this guy who's buying cards to flip them. There's you have value, you have sentimental value,
absolutely,
with everything that you. And then there's the last one I wanted to show from this set. So I was gonna go from, hey, it's you back then, to now your newest card that was brought over. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm bringing it back a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see if this works.
Look at that. Look at that. That eye
Look at
peel on
that.
that.
Look at that.
Are you kidding me? What's that? The Oceanic Refractor? Cracked ice?
Yeah.
I mean, shout out Tag and Slab Chugs for the collab on that.
Yeah.
When I showed up to the office and I saw I had my own card with the verified authentic slab, I was pretty fired up. So, you know, I'm trying to get the golden treasures of that card and get the full run on that, maybe down the road.
Yeah.
But no, I love that card. Also put it on my desk and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just kind of cool to see kind of you went from this
The Timbits?
to this. Timbits
Exactly.
to Timbits to the tag graded slab.
How it's evolved. Yep.
Yeah. That was just something I wanted to bring up there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, those are
These cards are they're real
they're
nice.
awesome looking. Yeah, you know, everyone comments on them when they come in the office, and we have the few on display. You know, everyone's wondering how they can get their own, and it's definitely draws a lot of attention. Great looking card.
I mean, if people want to know, all they got to do is you can get them on the tag website.
That's right.
You can go there and you can get one of these custom
own portrait
slabs of
card.
any photo you want. It doesn't even have to be of yourself. It could be of your kids or something. I just ordered a bunch for like my nieces and nephews.
Oh, great idea.
Because they're gonna love that,
Yeah,
right? And trying to get them into the hobby now. So
What a great way to do that.
yeah. So go check it out on Tag's website. That wasn't supposed to be a plug. I swear to God, I literally was gonna bring it in like to show the difference between when you were younger and now.
For
but
sure.
Might as well plug them a little bit.
Exactly.
And then what do we got next? Let's see.
You got to bring the Matthews with that one too.
Yeah, the Matthews.
It's in the same set.
I had it out here. I guess I put it back. Hold on. Maybe I'll hand this over to you, and you can if there's anything else you want to see. I wanted to surprise him and just bring some stuff out, but then I guess he has stories for everything that he has. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to fit both of these in the same frame, but
Yeah.
here, why don't you take those?
Yeah, no, these are just two cards that
That
you know,
glare on that McDavid.
I know.
Right now is
hard to see there.
untenable, but we got Matthews and McDavid.
So I had the McDavid first. It's from Artifacts, the Admirable Impressions subset. I just really like the way the card looks. Kind of has an acetate finish. Artifacts isn't really known to have hard signed autograph patches. It was one of the first ones I think they created. And I like the design a lot. And the McDavid swatch there is from the oil drop, which is pretty tough to find. Like most collectors, you know, try to chase the oil drop patches. And it's a small patch window, but you can see it's kind of got the best patch 3-color, the tip of the oil drop. And anytime I can get, you know, a card and pair it up with Matthews from the same set, I kind of like to have them. Those are the
And it doesn't hurt that it's McDavid.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't hurt that it's McDavid. And I like to pair them up when I can. So I think it looks a pretty good pairing. Yeah.
So you went. Sorry, I missed that. I was fiddling with this thing. You got the Matthews first, or you got the McDavid first?
I got the McDavid first.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Matthews. It came to me in a deal at the Expo, I believe.
Okay.
And so I just put it away, and I think they look pretty cool as a pair.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool to have your collection. So
Yeah,
do you have them all displayed somewhere?
No,
in
those
your
cards
place?
I don't really display just because the potential of the autograph fading. I'll take them out and look at them every once in a while, but for the most part, those cards aren't displayed. Like the ones with autos on them.
Yeah.
Try to just keep the autos crisp and stuff, so don't
Even
see the
you can
daylight.
get those like UV like
Yeah,
paints
I just-
and stuff.
Those might work, but I think to truly prolong the autograph and make sure that it's bold, I just they kind of stay away.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I know people that feel the same way
Yep.
as you.
For sure.
I don't think I have anything displayed with autographs either right now. I do have one card that's displayed with the autograph, but that's just it's not like it's
Cody Ceci?
no those. We have a Cody CC RPA on the wall there, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we brought this up last time actually with the Cody CC, but it's Brant Clark. There's a story there.
Well, yeah, why do you have a Brant Clark card?
Oh, because there's like a kind of close but not super close relation that I have to Brant Clark and Graham Clark, his brother, who's at Utica right now as well. And I think he was called up for a couple of games
the Devils?
with the Devils this year. But so my brother-in-law's sister. I always sound so convoluted. It's like, so my friends, wives, brothers, mothers. Yeah, no, it's my sister-in-law, I guess, is kind of a term for it, which is my brother-in-law's sister. I don't know what there's a special term for that, but it's her like nephew.
Okay, that's the
Yeah.
connection.
That's the connection.
And you actually had an opportunity to skate with him, right?
Yeah,
At one
so
point?
we have like family skate day every year. Like the whole family gets together and they rent out a a rink, and we just get on the ice and we just rent it for like a couple hours, and we just all play. And it's people of all ages. Like we got people that are like grandparents, and then we have like grandchildren on the same ice that are just skating around and having fun. It's just a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
And then there's some people there who were very good at hockey. There's guys who played like NCAA their whole lives, and or not their whole lives, but when they were in college. And then there was the Brant Clark, and Graham Clark came one year as well. Actually, this was one of the earlier years, and so I got a chance to skate with him. It's crazy how different it is. Like obviously he's not trying. He's playing with the family. He's like
for sure.
He's playing with like the grandkids, and he's like deking pucks through their like just having fun with them.
But even still, I bet
you could just tell. You can just tell
it's different.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's just different. The amount of the ability that they have is like he's like looks like he's like just barely going out there, but he's the fastest guy on the ice. Like
by a mile.
By a mile.
Yeah, no, it's so cool to see for first person.
It is.
Like that,
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I actually drove up to Detroit with his dad, with his uncle, sorry. His uncle, who's my brother-in-law's sister's husband. So my sister-in-law's husband, which is not my brother.
A little bit. Yeah.
But I drove up to Detroit when he was playing with the Kings. I'm talking about Brant now.
Right.
And we went up there and we saw him play. He had a good game. It was the Kings won that game, and then we met with the whole team afterwards, and we were just like hanging out there and stuff. So it was cool. So I was like, let me start collecting some of his stuff. It's kind of cool. And his uncle gave me a bunch of his like older cards, like his OHL cards and stuff. And there's one that has a signature on it as well.
That's awesome. He played it out in Barrie, right?
Yeah,
in his junior career.
Yeah, he was a Colts.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then his brother Graham was with the 67s. Yeah, but yeah, so it's just a small little side story. So I have that one card that I kind of have out there, and it's kind of just like a sentimental thing. It's like, oh, I kind of know this guy.
Yeah.
So it's and he's in the NHL and he's doing well. So shout out to the Clarks.
Great opportunity next season with the LA.
Yeah.
Future's bright for sure.
Yeah. It helps to have Doughty as your mentor.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. Right-handed defenseman. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Should I pull out a couple more cards?
Yeah, pull out something else. Let's see something else.
God.
Oh, baby.
Just load up a few here.
I didn't even think I even saw that one. Oh, my goodness. The glare. So this right here is oh, my gosh. I can't even see if you guys can read that, but it's important to be this way with this one.
Yeah. Horizontal
the
card,
dual autos with the McDavid and Matthews.
Yeah,
so that seems to be a theme here now.
Exactly.
You like the doubles.
I like the pairs with 34.97. You know, and this card in particular, I believe it's their first pack issued dual autograph together. And you also get the patch out of 5. Only thing that would make this card better is if it was hard signed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is a sticker. To say that, coming out of Ultimate, which is kind of surprising. But to get those two on the same card, you're not going to get too picky. So maybe I'll replace it if they do create a dual patch auto of those two. Hard sign maybe from the Cup, but I'm sure that would be pretty pricey.
Yeah, I was going to say spend it a little bit more than
exactly. Yeah. So for now, that will do.
It's nice patches though.
Yeah, no,
you get that 3 color on the McDavid again,
and the 2 color on the Leafs, with some stitching. So pretty nice. Then moving on to the next one, if you want to bring on the Sid, like the Exquisite as well.
Did we not?
I think it's in the Slab, the BGS8. Yeah.
Oh, now you got a different duo here.
Yeah, well, hopefully make it to a trio at some point if I can land the McDavid from this set. But
so first we got Matthews,
the Exquisite limited logos, which is the tribute from 03-04, the LeBron year.
Yeah.
So when they brought that into hockey, I knew I wanted to get it. I believe it's the second vertical limited logos that the Cup has produced. And then this one I got at the most recent expo from Kenny over at Imperial Gardens. I saw the card.
Shout out Kenny.
Yeah, great dude. Good shop too. And I picked this one up. The patch is awesome. The acetate
that
finish.
Is a nice patch.
Yeah, the penguin skate or stick, I believe, upside down there. 1 of 10. So those cards are some of my favorites, and like I said earlier, hopefully get the trio and pair it up with McDavid at some point.
The 8 out of 10 is not even a bad grade either. These cards are notoriously bad at grading.
They're tough. The surface being acetate, they're kind of prone to scratches and whatnot. So
and especially because the windows are like they're
large
like design and they're large, so there's always going to be some kind of issues there
for sure.
And then on top of that, it's a thick card, which are just in general hard
exactly tough to get high grades.
Oh, you got 1, 2, so you got to get the number 3 out of 10 with McDavid.
That would be awesome.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Is that your ranking of the 3?
No, McDavid would slide in there.
Yeah,
instead of Matthews for sure. But,
so it'd be a 1, 2, 3.
I think Sid 1.
Sid 1.
I would put Sid 1 just with the 3 cups and his.
You think you put Sid over McDavid?
We'll see when it's all said and done what McDavid does. But currently not looking too good at the time of recording down 0-2 to Florida. But we'll see. If they can get that power play struggles fixed up. They're not at home tonight. So it's must-win game. I haven't counted them out just yet.
I haven't counted them out either. But they got shut out on one of those games.
Yeah, game 1. But in my opinion, they were the better team. I mean, if it weren't for Bobrovsky back there, different game. They had their chances, they had their looks, but Bobrovsky had the answer all night long. And game 2, it was the kind of other narrative, I'd say. Edmonton just got completely outplayed from the jump.
No good.
If they can fix the power play, I mean, that's been their bread and butter all season, and their PK too has been phenomenal this postseason. So I'm excited for the game. I think Oilers take it 4-2 tonight. That's the call of the day.
That's the call of the day.
Yeah, correct score.
How funny is it that when Derek and I were talking last time, I brought up the idea of not the idea, but I told him how we have all the Cody Ceci cards, and I explained to him all the Cody Ceci stuff, and we were like. He was like, "Yo, Cody Ceci, DM the boys," and I was just like, "No, focus on the Stanley Cup." And then the next game, he got it was a healthy scratch.
Game 2. Yeah,
come on, Cody, you got to get back in there, man. Get your head back into it.
Yeah,
you got to get in there, man.
That's awesome.
No, that was not good. No, but hopefully they come back. I want them to come back. I mentioned last time I want McDavid to win a cup because then people like you who have Crosby ahead of him as a better hockey player.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as he has 1 cup, it's going to change the dynamic. I know it's not 3, but it does change it significantly.
Well, once you get that first one, I mean, listen, I think David is the most skilled player I've ever seen play, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. But
I agree.
With the whole resume that Crosby has to offer, it's pretty tough to beat. But McDavid's on that trajectory of surpassing him if he can do those things. So, we'll see.
Yeah,
he's in his prime.
If you were to start a team right now, you need to pick either Crosby or McDavid in their primes. Like, no, rookies. They're rookies right now. You're starting a team. Which one would you take to start your team with?
That's a great question. Like same age in their prime?
Same age. They're both the same age. And you're starting a team right now. And you want who's going to be your centerpiece? Would you either pick Crosby or would you pick McDavid?
I think I would go with Sid, just with his ability to get it done. I mean, he got his cups pretty early on too. I think it was our first one, 2009. So like his 3rd or 4th season in the league. And the Penguins obviously had a great team back then, but the Oilers got a good team too this year. So if you ask me that today, I'd probably go with Sid in their prime. I think both ends of the game. He just has a slight edge, but it's a tough question.
It's not a hot take, by the way. I'm not saying that it clearly should be.
I think it would be pretty 50-50
I think it would be a 50-50
you got the public to vote on that. I think.
Let us know what you guys think.
Exactly.
Okay, that's interesting that you would go that way.
Yeah. What about you? Who would you take?
I think I would also take Crosby, to be honest. I think McDavid's a more skilled player in offense,
without a doubt,
and a better skater, without a doubt. But Crosby's two-way is just unmatched. And he's like a legitimate captain. People follow him not just because he's a good hockey player, but because he's got that, captain factor. I don't know what it is. McDavid has it as well to some degree, but he seems like I've never really seen Crosby, and I'm going to get in crap for saying this, but rattled. You know what I mean?
He always seems composed and keeps it together. Yeah,
even when he was going through his concussion stuff, he was obviously he's going to complain to the refs a little bit when he gets cheap shotted and stuff or whatever. But I never saw on his face of him kind of being crybaby. I know people say sometimes Sid. They used to call him Sid the Kid. And
people in Long Island and Flyers. That was the name he got. But, yeah.
And I didn't really see it, but with McDavid, sometimes when he's not having a bad day, everybody knows he's like it's on his face.
Yeah, it's visible
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
visible.
Yeah.
So I think that when you're starting a team, you need someone who's like a rock, like his foundation.
Yeah.
Skill wise, I do think McDavid's better.
I agree. Yeah. No, I agree with that take for sure.
Yeah, but if someone said McDavid, I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, on some days
You
I'd
can't
probably
really go
say-
wrong.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
it's
spoiled for choice on that one.
Exactly. It sure is for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What else did we want to talk about today?
Bedard mania a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah,
we
yeah.
had that, but I told the story last episode.
Of
keep
what
referencing
went
last
down
episode.
at the office on
Yeah.
release day for Series 2.
Yeah.
I hadn't been a part of anything like that. I was around collecting a little bit with McDavid's rookie year, but I wasn't like as involved in the space as I am now. So I didn't, take part in any rip party like happened at 1087 Marside.
Yeah, baby.
But that was wild. Just seeing the hype for Bedard all season really, and then when the flagship set dropped Series 2 for Bedard Young Guns, it was just who could pull them and immediately send them off for grading. And I don't know how many packs were ripped at this office, but
I'm sure we could calculate it.
yeah, I mean,
But it was cases
on
It was
cases.
Yeah.
So we pulled several that night, but that was just such a epic day to be a part of.
It was
for sure.
It was a fantastic day, and
Yeah.
Bedard Mania started with Series 1.
Yeah, it did with the SP1.
SP,
yeah, Easter egg card.
Remember with the first few listings, SSSSSP.
Yeah,
People
gotta
thought
get
they were
those
so rare.
SSSP.
SSSSP.
Yep.
And it's like, come on, guys. It's I don't know if it's an SSSSP.
Short print, but yeah, maybe
Maybe
settle down a little bit. Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Maybe a super short print at the beginning, and then no.
Yeah, but it's crazy to see his market where it's at now versus when Series 2 dropped. I mean, I think a lot of people predicted that it would come free falling, but maybe I don't know about this much.
Yeah.
I mean, I think on release day, Young Guns were selling for anywhere from like 1,000 to 1,200 Canadian based on condition. That probably only lasted for the first like 48 hours, but
1,200. We saw some 1,200.
Yes, for sure, early on. And then now you can get them, as low as like $350, $400 Canadian. PSA 10s are only doing like 1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there's going to be, a plethora of them, and I'm sure there's tons at PSA right now too as well. I don't know what the pop is at the time of recording this, but it's in the thousands for sure.
Yeah.
But even his high end stuff has taken a little bit of a dip, like the Outburst, Clear Cuts. I mean, but I'm still really really high on Bedard. I mean, he got injured in his first season. So did McDavid.
You're drawing the parallels.
I'm not drawing like that, but I'm just saying.
Universal parallels.
I mean, yeah, maybe not as flashy as McDavid was in his rookie season, but in terms of everything else, I think he's got it to be the generational talent. So, yeah.
I have to see a little more, but I will tell you that I was way more skeptical before I saw him play this rookie season.
Yeah.
I thought people were overhyping him like crazy. And I still think they are a little bit in terms of how much they should be putting into him as because we just went to the Lafreniere saga, right?
Yes.
And people were calling him the next Crosby. And so we saw what happened there. And then he had pretty good playoffs though, so he's coming around. Maybe he'll develop into the next Crosby.
Yeah, no, Laffy had a
that's
show
tough.
out for this last playoff.
Yeah.
So,
But
Yeah.
Bedard, that's why I was a little hesitant to just jump right in on people saying how good Bedard is going to be. But then he's playing on Chicago, and Chicago's not a good team.
no, doesn't have a lot of help.
No.
And in dire need for a top winger. So I expect him to be active in the free agency this season or off season.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean there was rumors of maybe Jake Gensel inking him to a deal. I think if Bedard has a star winger that he can pair up with.
Sorry. I thought you meant that Bedard was going to be exploring. I
Oh.
was like, it's like, why are you already talking about the end of his contract? I was
No,
like,
no. I'm thinking, bring in reinforcements
people,
to Chicago. Just they need it, and obviously if he has better players surrounding him, I'm sure you'll reflect in the numbers. So I have high hopes for Bedard in his sophomore season. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, and I'm probably going to look to pick up a card or two before the season starts and see what can happen.
Yeah, I think as we get a little further into summer, and hockey becomes a little more of a distant memory. Once the cup is done, prices are inevitably go down. That's just the way the world works. Because
All sports.
Whenever they're not on, they're
Buy the
slower.
dip in the off season,
Yeah.
and then as the hype starts to build back up, you start to see it in the prices for sure.
I think Bedard is one that I'm also gonna target when the prices are hitting rock bottom, because something's gonna come out closer to the start of the season where they're just there's gonna be like an Instagram video of Bedard like working out or something, and he's gonna look massive, and then people are gonna be like, "Oh my God!" There's gonna be something like that.
Same thing happened with Zion.
And Zion. Yeah, it's like same stuff, right?
The Zion pump was real.
Yeah.
In 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
If Zion hit a free throw in the gym, working on his craft, it was like, oh, okay, base prisms to the moon, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It was crazy because there was no game action back then
No.
with limited playing time with the whole COVID stuff. So you could really only go off pictures, and it's like, man, this guy looks, just absolutely a beast right now.
Yeah.
So I think
I think
it
it's
could be
gonna
similar
happen.
with Bedard,
I think-
especially if they add somebody. There's going to be more hype on him.
They're
and
gonna
the Hawks.
add somebody,
Yeah.
and then there's gonna be videos of Bedard doing something, and people are gonna go crazy about it, and they're gonna be like, people are gonna start being like, "Yo, I think Blackhawks are gonna make the playoffs next year,
or at
like,
least
that's
be better." Yeah,
No, I think they're gonna be delusional to the point where they
Okay.
say, "I think they're gonna make the playoffs,"
Yeah.
just based off of two things, and then Bedard prices are gonna skyrocket. I don't know about skyrocket, but they're gonna
go on an upward trend.
Yeah.
yeah. And also he has some pretty big releases coming up this summer. Like SP Authentic is supposed to drop, I think next month. So you'll see what his Future Watch sells for.
Yeah.
Just like the Young Guns, I'm sure it will be, a
Crazy.
pretty high number out
At
the
the
gate,
start, yeah.
and then slowly trickle down. But those have a finite run to them. There's only $9.99, so I like that. Like that's where
that's more than a red outburst.
more than Red Outburst.
But it's gonna,
but
those are gonna go for more than the red outbursts they're going for right now.
Yeah, I mean maybe in a PSA 10. I don't know what the last sell on a Red
raw
Outburst.
is right to start.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think right off the bat it's gonna be nuts?
I think maybe Raws out the gate will be like maybe 5,500 US ish, 6,500. Like that's a strong sell.
Yeah,
like that's
it's
competing
like
with
7K,
like
7K
yeah, that's
Canadian.
more than or about neck and neck with what a McDavid Raw would sell for, and 3x of like Matthews. and
Yeah, but
probably more than Crosby and Ovechkin.
what's a red outburst doing?
I think Red Outburst
Raw.
right now maybe between 15 and 20.
No way.
Canadian
No, they're not at 15.
Red Outburst are 25. Yeah.
You think? Oh, they're still at 15K. I thought they dropped.
I mean, maybe I
thought
missed
they
a
dropped to
sale.
10.
Maybe I missed a sale. They could be.
I might be mistaken as well. So don't take my word for it.
Yeah, we got to pull up card ladder sales on us.
we gotta get Derek to look it up for us.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
okay though. Don't worry about it.
But no, I mean Bedard, and then you got Cup dropping too. I don't know when that will be, but that will be probably at some point during the second season. So if he has a big season,
Bedard RPAs.
yeah, those will be hefty
Dude.
for sure.
Chicago has it so good with their patches. They have the nicest patches in the NHL by far.
They sure
They
do.
got like 7 different colors that can be on that
Yeah,
patch.
with the feathers
With
and
the
everything.
feathers
It's,
and the green and the blue and the yellow and the red and the black and the white. It's like
by far best patches.
and the coolest looking patches. And they got the knit patches and stuff.
Which sparks the debate that I think Upper Deck should photograph all 99 Bedard RPAs to prevent patch swapping, which does happen
Yes.
with high end cards. There are
good.
people out there who do swap the patches with better color in hopes to raise the price. So I think Upper Deck can solve that by just taking
a photo of each one.
taking a photo of each one or a big group shot.
One shot.
Before the product releases, so collectors have that peace of mind that when one hits the market, they can verify it. Just because that has happened with Ovechkin and Crosby.
We
RPAs.
dealt with one at the office.
I think it was a Panini Prime Colors, which we had to take down
We had to
because
take
it was confirmed a fake swatch.
Confirmed
so-
fake swatch.
Yeah.
And it was like a
Crazy.
crazy. Like it looked good.
And I don't
couldn't
know.
even tell.
Yeah, you can't tell. Like the patch window doesn't look like it's been tampered with.
No.
So who's ever doing this is obviously very talented at it, which is scary. So
Yeah, that is scary.
Upper Deck, if you're listening, maybe implement that, especially for as big as a release of the Cup Bedard. So
I think that's a very good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that, and that's a simple way to solve the issue.
yeah,
It's just on their website.
for sure. Yeah.
They should really do that with any patch cards that are numbered.
Yeah, I mean, if they can do it for the full class, why not? I obviously don't know how long or how hard that is to do, but I think especially for the out of 99 players who get that, it's
Even if they photograph the uncut sheet.
well, how would that work?
What do you mean? Oh, because the patch is not in there yet.
Yeah, the uncut sheet, like
I thought
you could maybe do it before the player autographs it.
Yes.
Like in
autographs are hard. Yeah.
yeah, like before the card is sent out to the
auto.
to the player to be
Yes,
autographed.
yes.
But yeah,
That's
uncut
what
sheet.
Yeah. You need the patch.
You need the patches
obviously,
in.
you need the patch is not in the uncut sheet. So that'd be crazy. That'd be a really cool uncut sheet.
I know.
Just
that
all
would
the
be pretty
patches.
awesome to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, one by one like that.
We just sold one of those too recently. I should have remembered. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. You're onto something there.
That's right.
Maybe we can start cataloging everything too while we're going through them. We see like thousands of cards a week, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, all the sales are cataloged into Card Ladder. So,
yeah.
you can reference back. And I think there are people who have like databases of, RPAs
Patches and
for
stuff,
the top players in all sports just to, help protect the buyers.
That's how
and
we
stuff.
found out about the Panini Press one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rotman, Mitch, he's got a page dedicated just to fake patches.
Yeah.
So,
that was
serves
shout out to him.
Yeah. Good deed of the community to protect people. So, no, great.
And
idea
we are
to do
always
that.
open to, dealing with that, helping with situations like
Yeah,
that.
no, we don't want to be a part of any of that. So,
no.
we will, if someone can confirm a patch is fake or card has been altered in any way, obviously we would take it down immediately.
Even also like stolen cards and stuff like that. We've had to deal with a couple of things like that too now. And we're obviously always on the side of like, if we were in that position, because we're all in the hobby ourselves and we've all dealt with this kind of stuff at some point. So we definitely know, and we're here to just support the community in the right ways. We believe the right ways. Yeah. Okay. Well, how do you feel about your first episode on the podcast?
Well, we'll see when we watch it back.
Yeah.
But so I think it was good. No, I had a great chat. The podcast room is looking great. We got the shark LED sign in the back. It was great to come on here. I really appreciate you having me. And
absolutely.
Getting to know me a little bit more and kind of how I started with the whole card stuff. And I think we'll have to do take 2 at some point. See what the PC is looking like in a few years.
Yeah, definitely, man. We'll see you again soon.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you again soon.